What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, good people? It's your girl KB. You know what I do, and you know why I do it. Check this out. Check this out. Check this out. I'm reading from Just for Today, which is my very first devotional. I've been busy, and I'm just now hitting my devotionals. It's entitled Turning Turmoil into Peace. It says, with the world in such turmoil, I feel like I've been blessed to be where I am. And I'm going to change it up and make this real personal. With my life in turmoil, I am blessed to be where I am. And I mean that with everything in my being. My life is in turmoil. And I know why it is. It's because I made a commitment to serve God. And nothing else matters. And I know there are people sitting around waiting for me to implode. There are people, again, I mentioned, who know me as angry. There are people who secretly want me to crash and burn. There are people who are telling me to turn my back on God. With the question, what is it getting you? Whether that question is spoken or unspoken, they just don't understand. And I'm here to announce to the world and everybody and everything who is determined to see me fail, who's determined to plant seeds of distrust in my faith, who doubt my God, I'm going to say, watch him move. Amen. So let me read this entry again. With the world in such turmoil, I feel I have been blessed to be where I am. And y'all need to know, my soul has been anchored. And no devil in hell or on earth is going to turn me around. God told me to press on. This writing says, some days it doesn't pay to turn on the news. We hear so many stories about violence and mayhem. It says when we used. So I'm going to substitute that word. When we were in our sin, when we were in our sickness, when we were out of our minds with riotous living, when we were out of the will of God, whatever you want to call it. I could say when we used. I could say when we were at the bottom of a bottle, whether it be pills or alcohol, whether we were climbing out of somebody's bed with the stench of them, because those are soul ties, whether you want to believe it or not. It says many of us grew accustomed to the violence, to the sickness, to the sin. That was our normal. That was our standard of measure. That is where we live, move, and have our being. Amen. It says through the fog of that, we rarely got to be disturbed. We rarely got too disturbed by the state of the world or the state of our lives, which was our world. Because I am so entrenched in this, that, like I said, was my standard. When we are clean, when we have that moment of clarity, when we come to ourselves like the prodigal son, However, many of us find we are particularly sensitive to the world around us. Many of us use the world around us as a distraction to continue engaging in what we're engaging in, which is more distraction from God, distraction from connectedness, distraction from the sin in our lives. If you recall yesterday, I said the very first thing that we do when we become aware of sin in our lives is we hide behind something. And we rarely stop to ask, what can we do to get better? Or the question that Jesus posed to the paralytic, do you want to be healed? Now, I don't want us to miss the fact that he spoke these words to someone who was paralyzed, immobile, fixed, like many of us are in our sin. Amen. Do you want to be healed? That's my message. And that's my hope for you. How do you want to be known? I mentioned in the previous video to some people, I'm known as angry, stubborn, this, that, or the other. But God has changed my name. Do you want him to change yours?